Tonight, the Columbus State University Lady Cougars are at home to take on the Georgia College Bobcats in Peach Belt Conference action. Cougar basketball is sponsored by Burger King, Pepsi, Mediacom, the Houston Clinic, CSU Dining Services, Kia, La Quinta Inn and Suites, Valley Hospitality, Hula Hands, the Cannon Brew Pub, the Cougar Club, the CSU Bookstore, Nuke's Eatery, Kinetic Credit Union, CSU's Girls in the Game, Waffle House, Buckhead Steak and Wine, and Coca-Cola. Hi again, everyone. Scott Miller courtside and Herbert Green Court inside the Lumpkin Center, where the Lady Cougars will get set to take on the Georgia College Bobcats here tonight at Herbert Green Court. And these two teams come in here. They played over in Milledgeville last month, and CSU able to get a victory over there at that time. Coach Matt Hauser, I talked with him just a little earlier this evening. Scott Miller back at Herbert Green Court at the Lumpkin Center, and joined by CSU Lady Cougar coach Matt Hauser. Home sweet home. Although the road was nice to us, we picked up a couple of wins on the road.
Yeah, I can't complain about that, but it's always good to be back home.
Georgia College comes in here, and we had a good game against them at their place.
Yeah, it kind of, took me for a little shock on what, the game plan was to literally slow it down, hold the ball for 20 seconds and attack. But at the end of the day, we figured it out, and we persevered and came home with that win.
Well, talk about, I assume they would try to do the same thing here tonight.
I don't think so. He's a smart coach. That didn't work, so I'm expecting something completely different. I know he's gone into his bags a couple of teams, with Lander and Clayton, teams that have speed like us.
Right.
So we'll see what he brings to the table. So I just have to be prepared as a coach and get ready for anything that comes at us.
Well, that's what you've been saying all year. It's about adjustments not only for the players but for you and your coaches.
Exactly. So we're not that type of team where we only do this. This is all we'll do. We'll never break or bend. No, my philosophy is be like water. So anything comes our way, we're just going to move around it and just get to it.
Today is National Signing Day, and there have been some other things going on before today, but I know that you are super excited about your recruiting class.
Oh, yeah. We have a great 2020 recruiting class. I can't be more proud of my staff, the tireless hours that they put in, the continuous work to build the relationships with these kids. And that was what this whole thing was, not just a coach, but to bring in now this recruits, that will, carry on the legacy of Columbus State.
Well, first things first, let's take care of 2020 and rolling on this. Good luck. Talk to you after the game.
All right. Thank you so much, Scott.
All right, Coach Matt Hauser. All right, joining me here at courtside at Herbert Green Court, as always, for the home games is former Cougar great Mike Sanda. And Mike, the Lady Cougars back home after picking up 2 wins on the road.
Yeah, Lady Cougars are in a good position right now, sitting in 3rd in the league at 9-3 and 14-4 overall. They are 2 games clear of Aiken and Clayton State below them, and they are looking up at North Georgia and Lander, and they play them both still one time this year. But the Lady Cougars are in a good spot, and if they keep winning, even if they don't catch Lander and North Georgia, they look like they're in line to host the first round of the tournament.
8 games remaining, 4 here and 4 on the road. It's that weird schedule we had this year where in January all the conference games were on Saturday and the road games were on Wednesday. That's been reversed here in February.
Just when you get comfortable with a nice routine, they throw you a little curveball. So I'm having to adjust myself to doing a game on a Wednesday night. But anytime you're at home, whether it's Saturday, Wednesday, whatever, it's a good thing. And the Lady Cougars tonight taking on Georgia College, who's 2-10. They beat them over there, and they should take care of business here.
Well, I know that some of you here in Columbus may be staying home and watching the game tonight on Cougar Sports TV because of the weather here in Columbus. And we welcome you and all of you all over the world listening in and watching here on Cougar Sports TV. All right, the teams are about to break the huddle here. And we are happy to note that Kayla Carter is fine and is in the starting lineup tonight. She injured her knee in the third quarter of the game at Augusta on Saturday. Turns out that it was a mild strain, and she is back here tonight. Bobcats all in white, trimmed in green. CSU in red, trimmed in dark blue and white. And the tap is controlled by CSU. They get it to Ebo. She's fouled on a layup attempt, and she'll go to the line just like that to shoot two.
Right off the jump, CSU got the tap and got it to Ebo. Looked like she really should have made the shot. That was an awfully, she had a wide open lane to the bucket there, but did pick up the foul.
All right, so Ebo's going to go to the line. The foul was on Kenyatta Storms.
One of the fastest substitutions in the history of basketball there. They already took out Kenyatta Storms. So she played a grand total of 4 seconds before she gets to go take a rest.
First free throw from Ebo is no good. And back to the line, and this one is short, and Georgia College got the rebound. Well, missed them both. She really short-armed that last one. Backcourt pressure, and a 10-second count. They've got nowhere near the midcourt line.
They just played catch there in the backcourt, and as you said, Scott, that wasn't even close. I mean, they didn't even really make an attempt to get the ball over half court.
Kayla kicks it over to Val Merlos, who had an outstanding game on Saturday. And here we go again, three for Val Merlos.
It's a pretty looking three from Val there. And as you said Saturday, she was really hot, and that her good play continues.
We knocked the ball out of bounds, so Air Barcelona is in flight already here tonight. In the backcourt right in front of us. They do get it into the front court this time. Down to the baseline in the paint. Shot is up, no. Rebound CSU. Here comes Val into the front court. Merlos dribbling to the head of the key. Gives it to Chris Boston in the key. Kicks it over to Kayla Carter. 14 on the shot clock. Kayla to Val. Chris Boston, high post left side. Arian Dozier off the glass from just around the elbow. Good.
That's one way to do it. Still counts the same. Nice shot there from Fruit.
And a travel in the backcourt. Well, Coach Hauser has come out of the gate putting pressure on the Bobcats.
And they have not handled it well at all. A couple quick turnovers.
CSU won by 20 at Georgia College. Georgia College hung around for a long time by just really slowing the game down. Ebo, a jumper just inside the arc, is way short. Air ball. Rebound Bobcats. Harper Vick dribbles into the front court down the left side of the lane. Chris Boston blocks a shot out of bounds. Yeah, Mike, they really held the ball deep into the shot clock along for much of the game until CSU turned up the pressure over there on them as well. There's Vick for three from the corner, good.
Well, and you can see there's certainly a discrepancy in talent. CSU much more talented than this Georgia College team, so I really don't blame them for trying to hold it. Gives you your team the best chance to win.
Kayla Carter deep behind the arc on the left side. Kayla will take a three, shoot it long, and a rebound goes to the Bobcats. It was deflected into the hands of Harper Vick. Into the front court. That's Copeland. Bounce pass and a whistle and a foul on Fruit over there right in front of our bench.
You can see CSU really turning up the pressure with their defense. They're challenging every pass. They're going to press at every opportunity.
Copeland at the head of the key. Harper Vick, left wing, driving in, kicks it baseline, back out on the left wing to Copeland. Jumper in the key is no good. Rebound Boston on the miss from Attaway. Val Merlos puts it on the floor. A runner in the lane is no good, short out of bounds. belongs to Georgia College. That was one thing Val did on Saturday for the first time all year. She didn't do it then. She tried to do it, but it didn't work out. And we stole the ball. Kayla Carter stole the inbounds pass and laid it up and in. 7-3. Short jumper baseline is good by Bowen.
Well, a much better job that time, Georgia College, handling that pressure. And when you beat that initial wave, you're going to get some easy shots.
Kayla Carter driving in. They cut the drive off. Boston high post gives it to Fruit up top. Ebo, Boston, low block, spins off the glass, good.
Very nice. Just dumped that ball right down in the post. Good spin move from Chris Boston there.
9-5 CSU on top. We're without one of our post players. Ajane Dawkins, a little sore shoulder, so she's taking the night off. We hope to have her back on Saturday. In the paint, a drive, put it up short, and rebound. Bowen got it, shoots from the baseline and misses. Backside rebound, Fruits. Arian Dozier, Val Merlos puts it on the floor, drives in. They cut the drive off. She gets it to Boston. Right elbow jumper, no good. Rebound, Arian Dozier. Her shot is blocked, and Evo comes away with it.
Well, Fruit very active here early, getting a chance to play with the Dawkins injury. She's taking advantage.
Kayla Carter drives, puts off the glass. No, there's Dozier with the rebound. Good. Right on cue.
Arian Dozier just going and getting that ball and getting herself an easy basket.
11-5 CSU. Harper Vick. Up top, Chris Copeland. Copeland to the baseline, dishes it back out for three. Spun out, no good. Boston rebound. Gives it to Kayla Carter into the front court. Kicks it to Val, pulls a three, and shoots it long. And the rebound goes to the Bobcats.
That's okay there. That's the shot we want her to shoot. And Kayla Carter did a really nice job of finding her. Just didn't go in.
Copeland drives into the paint, puts it up short. Rebound, Arian Dozier into the front court, middle of the floor. Kicks it. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats. That'll get us to the media timeout. CSU will have it when we come back, leading 11-5 here on Cougar Sports TV.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over
First media here in the ball game, and CSU up 11-5.
Yeah, CSU really been in control since the tip. They took the tip and immediately took that to the basket, and they've had the pressure turned up since the start of the game. CSU already with 12 shots here in the first quarter. They're 5 of 12. And really, this is the one time, Scott, I can visibly notice the talent discrepancy. And I know Georgia College new coach, it's going to take him time to build it up. But CSU is just much more talented.
Ebo on the baseline to the left of the basket, gets it into Fruit. Jumper inside the left elbow, no good, and the rebound goes to Attaway. Copeland in the back court, makes it into the front court. Ebo got a hand on it. Copeland maintains control into the lane, put it up short. Boston with a rebound. Chris changes so many shots down low, doesn't she?
She really does.
Ebo, short jumper, baseline, no good, and Georgia College comes away with it. Vick into the front court. Behind the arc, a drive. Down the middle of the lane, off the glass, good, and a foul.
Well, you mentioned Chris Boston. She changes a lot of shots, and what she also does is when she changes those shots, he goes and gets the rebound. She's averaging about 7.5 rebounds.
The foul is on Chris. And the free throw is no good from Wesley. 11-7. Ebo, Boston, high post, left side. Kayla Carter, Fruit, head of the key, bounces it mid-post to Chris, drives off the glass, traveled with it.
Shuffled those feet that time, a good call by the official. Bowen for Georgia College did a really nice job just standing her ground, creating the turnover.
We double them in the backcourt. Into the front court now. Copeland kicks it on the wing to Harper Vick, head of the key. Vick kicks it over on the wing. Wesley up top. Vick, 7 on the shot clock, and made a basket but was fouled on the floor before that. On Kayla Carter.
She also double dribbled before that, and that is a call that is hardly ever made, and I see it all the time.
Get the ball into Vick, jumper outside the lane, mid-post, no good. Rebound, Fruit. Valmerlos hands it to Kayla Carter on the right wing, drives into the paint, off the glass. Oh, she missed it, and the rebound goes to the Bobcats.
Yeah, tough break for Kayla there.
Into the front court. Baseline, a little runner is an air ball long, and Fruit gets a rebound on the weak side. Into the front court, down the right side of the lane, all the way, put it up too hard, and the rebound goes to the Bobcats.
Some wild shots, and CSU missing shots at the rim. Where is Lee Williamson?
Lee is sitting over on the bench right now. And a second foul on Kayla Carter.
I tried to pay attention during the pregame, and I didn't hear Coach Hauser mention anything. I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, he did not. Get the ball in the backcourt to Storms, who's checked back in the game after the quick exit at the start of the game. She's got it behind the arc on the left side. Vick, head of the key for 3. No. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Boston.
Well, after I compliment Chris Boston for going and grabbing a rebound, she lets one get away. Really should have had that rebound.
So the Bobcats hanging right in there in the first quarter. The ball stolen by Ebo, but she's standing on the sideline when she comes in. Here comes Lee Williamson into the game now. Well, you ask, and there she is.
There she is. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we can find that out after the game, but a little odd for her not to play early.
Behind the arc on the right side. Head of the key. Kicks it on the wing to the baseline. Williamson hands it back. 1 on the shot clock. Shot clock violation. Great defense.
Excellent defense by CSU. Georgia College just never got anything going on that possession. Tried to throw it down in the post, and a turnover on Georgia College.
Into the front court, Journey Smith. Lee Williamson traveled with it before she started.
It's got to be a little odd for Lee coming off the bench. I mean, she has started every game this year, I believe. All-conference player, and they take her a little time to get going.
In the backcourt. Between the circles. Storms with some contact against Williamson, no call. Inside the arc on the right, back up top. Down in the corner for 3, good. That is Kenyatta Storms.
Well, benched 4 seconds into the game. She comes back in to hit a 3, and we have ourselves a 1-point game.
Journey Smith for three, shot it long. Georgia College with the rebound. Into the front court with 1:08 left in the first quarter. Storms, Vick kicks it back out, an open three, way long, air ball. They try to save it from going out of bounds and cannot do it.
Well, that shot for Georgia College not even close. And that last possession for CSU, the one thing you do not want to do against a team like Georgia College that tends to play, you don't want to jack up a quick perimeter shot. You want to get a little ball movement, because if you shoot quick, they're going to hold it for 25 or 30 seconds on you.
All right, into the front court. Lee, head of the key, kicks it on the wing to Ebo. A drive. They cut the drive off. There's Fruit in the paint off the glass good.
Well, that's a great job by Fruit that time, cutting to the ball and getting herself into a position to score. And Ebo found her. 2 points for CSU.
That's why you want movement on offense. Baseline, kick it out. Long two, no. Backside rebound, Merlos. Foul. Gets it to Chris Boston.
Well, that's her one rebound for the game.
Chris was desperately looking for a guard and found one. Chris said, let me get on down here and do what I do. Lee Williamson drives and is fouled on the floor with 4 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Russ Jolly for Georgia College not liking that call.
Copeland called for the foul. Just the second foul on Georgia College. Boston behind the left elbow, shot it long, rebound kicked out, and that's how the first quarter will end, with CSU on top 13-10 here on Cougar Sports TV.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life.
Scott and Mike back at Herbert Green Courts here at the Lumpkin Center. Cougar Sports TV, and CSU Lady Cougars up by 3 after 1 quarter.
Not a very productive offensive quarter for either team. Georgia College just 4 of 17 from the field. CSU 6 of 19, and a low-scoring first quarter.
So we'll see what the second quarter will be. Over in Milledgeville, by the way, you might see a pattern here, Mike. Georgia College, after 1, led 10-8.
Well, they bested that in the first quarter, but still, CSU had a lot of good looks and just didn't convert.
Ebo tried to steal it and almost ended up in our lap here. Into the front court. Harper Vick gets it to Williamson inside the arc. Back to Vick, drives in the paint, kicks it out down in the corner. Free throw line jumper is short. Boston with a long rebound. Williamson into the front court. Lee, they stop the drive. Storms does, gets it to Boston in the key, gets it back to Lee. Ebo, right side. Boston behind the left elbow, good.
Very nice. She just missed one of those towards the end of the first quarter, but that's a shot she is more than capable of making, and knocked that one down.
When she's not down low, I love seeing that shot all the time. There's a try, put it up short, and a foul on the Bobcats.
Well, I'm with you, Scott. When she's around that 15-foot area, a lot of times the post players do not respect her shot. They won't come out and guard her, so that shot will be available for her, no question.
Youngster out of North Carolina. So is the one with the ball now, Lee Williamson. Driving in. Up top, Val Merlos. Behind the arc on the left side, Fruit free throw line. Evo puts it on the floor. What a move off the glass. Good. Wow.
That was impressive. The spin, the body control, and getting the ball up on the glass. Beautiful play from Evo.
That was one of those video game moves where you do something with some sort of button, isn't it? The free throw line jumper is good by Harper Vick.
Honestly, Scott, I'm not that much younger than you, so I don't know what the buttons are, either a C, a D, maybe something, but that spin move was very impressive.
I've heard people talk about it. Merlos open for three, shot it long, air ball long and out of bounds. Baseline, trying to get it in, and they do. Storms into the front court. Jumper inside of the arc is no good, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds by CSU on the miss from Wysocki.
And that's what CSU wants right there. If they do beat the pressure, they want a quick perimeter shot. CSU just could not grab the board that time.
They get the ball in. Up top, Storms. Wysocki with it. Will take a three and miss it. And a rebounding foul on CSU.
Yeah, they're going to get Val Merlos with a hold down there.
First foul on Val. Evo goes out. Kayla Carter back in. Harper Vick good for three.
Well, Harper Vick is their leading scorer at around 13-14 a game, and a very quick release on that shot that time.
Head of the key. Low block. Boston off the glass on the weak side as she dribbled over there. Good.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do much with her down there. When she gets the ball there, it should be 2 points.
Storms. Head of the key is Wesley. Gets it into Bowen. Knocked away. Picked back up by Wesley. 9 on the shot clock. Storms is bumped and fouled by Lee Williamson just inside the free throw line.
Good call there. Lee needs to move her feet there. Had a little bump that time, and Georgia College will get another 20 seconds.
Baseline left of the basket. Got it into Vick. Her shot is blocked in there by Boston. Recovered by Fruit. Lee Williamson and tried to pass it back to Fruit, and a turnover. Too many white jerseys down there to do that. Bowen on the low block, fumbled it away. Kayla Carter, middle of the floor, down the left side of the lane now, and a charge.
Pretty easy call that time. So 2 consecutive fast break opportunities for CSU, and they blew both of them.
And even bigger than that is that's the 3rd foul on Kayla Carter here at the 6:38 mark in the second quarter.
That is tough, and she goes and sits down at the end of the bench, obviously not very happy with herself.
Lee Williamson stole the ball, back the other way, missed the layup. Ebo cleaned it up, though, good.
Yeah, nice job by Ebo. And that time Lee was trying to draw some contact. Just go in there and try to make the shot.
21-15. Boston blocked another shot, loose on the floor and out of bounds, and belongs to CSU.
So CSU with a 6-point lead, and Lee Williamson still 0 points in this game. And we mentioned it in the first quarter. She did not get on the floor until there was about 2 or 3 minutes to go in that first quarter.
And Lee into the front court. Merlos just behind the right elbow, no good. The rebounding foul on the Bobcats. On Bowen.
Well, CSU really got what they wanted there. They ran Val Merlos off a screen at the head of the key, and she was open. She has to make that shot.
Get the ball in the fruit up top. Head of the key, Merlos. Williamson tried to get it into Toxie. She was fouled from behind by Bowen. Second on her.
That's a really good entry pass that time by Lee Williamson. She took an extra dribble, made a really strong bounce pass, and Toxie was fouled.
Val Merlos gets it into Lee. Back to Val. Lee takes a look at the shot clock. It says 15. Head of the key for three. No. Rebound tipped by Fruit. Loose on the floor. A held ball is called, and the arrow belongs to CSU, so we'll keep the possession.
That's good hustle by CSU getting on the floor after that basketball.
We've talked a lot tonight about Chris Boston, who's getting a breather right now. She had a block right before she went out. She recently moved into third place all time in blocks for CSU and passed a great player for us moving into third place, Ashley Azuzu.
Which is kind of interesting to me because she doesn't jump very well. But what she does do, she positions her body well, and she uses her arms very well, and you know, can get block shots without fouling.
Ebo gets it into Lee up top. 5:36 left in the first half. CSU up 21-15. Journey Smith back to Lee for three. No good. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds. Ooh, by CSU, says the official. I think he missed that one.
Looked like Wesley knocked that ball out of bounds for Georgia College, but as you often say, Scott, we do not get a vote.
I don't even get a vote in my own house. The ball is knocked out of bounds.
Now, Rosie gets a vote before
Yes,
you get a vote.
exactly. She is number 2 in the voting list in the House. I bet if I ask her, she'd give me her vote, though. Lee just stole the ball, but she's on the sideline.
It's good pressure by CSU. Coach Hauser up off the bench applauding that play. And Georgia College hanging around here. 21-15.
That's what they did over at Milledgeville in first half anyway. Ended up losing by 20. Ball's on the floor again, and another held ball. A rugby game has broken out here.
You mentioned Ashley Azuzu. What a joy to watch she was. One of the best players here ever. She was fantastic. Thank you, Johnny Norton, for recruiting her.
Amen to that. Ball knocked away into the back court, but Bobcats maintain possession. Copeland, head of the key. Lee knocked the pass out of bounds. It was intended for Harper Vick, who was open over there. She might have had a shot at a three.
CSU very active with their hands. The defense has been good. The offense, not so much. CSU just not shooting the ball very well.
Top whistle and a foul on Journey Smith. Georgia College had a lead at the half over in Milledgeville, 26-23, but ended up losing by 20. Kick it out to Wesley, head of the key, down the left side, behind the back in the paint, and lost it out of bounds. Turnover. Get us to the media timeout. 4:47 left in the second quarter. CSU up 21-15.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
Scott and Mike back at Herbert Green Court, 21-15. CSU up here at the media in the second quarter.
Still a very slow offensive game for both teams. Georgia College just 6 of 25, CSU 10 of 28, and really CSU doing most of their work down in the post. Chris Boston with 6 points and Arian Dozier with 6 points and 9 rebounds, so she is taking advantage of that extra playing time she's receiving tonight. And really, that's what you have to do. You know, you get your opportunity, you have to take advantage of it.
All right. Chris still getting a breather on the bench for a stretch. CSU with the ball. Marilos head of the key. Kayla Carter. Lee Williamson, left wing. Kayla up top. Val Marilos dribbles in. Her pass hit the leg of Harper Vick.
And Georgia College went zone there, and this is really where you have to look for Val Marilos. She's your shooter out there, so if Georgia College is going to zone you, you need to find your shooter.
Marilos will try to get it in. Baseline to the left of the basket. Gets it in to Lee. Marilos drifts to the left wing, open. We get it to Fruit on the line. Kicks it back to Marilos. Puts it on the floor, and a runner is short. And the rebound goes to the Bobcats. Into the front court. Copeland in the paint. Bad pass, but it's recovered by Wesley. Wesley kicks it out to Vick. Down in the corner. Wesley for three. Air ball long into the hands of Marilos. Val finds Kayla behind the arc. She reverses it to Lee on the left wing. Fruit down the right side. Kicks it back to Kayla Carter. Dribbles through the paint. Marilos, a long three, good.
Wow. That was from 27, 28 feet, and there was no hesitation whatsoever.
A long distance flight for Air Barcelona that time. A drive on the baseline is good by Wesley.
Well, I certainly approve of that shot from Val Marilos. What I don't approve of is the left-hand floating runner. She needs to send that one back to Barcelona.
Val at the head of the key. Picks the dribble up. Gets it to Fruit. Arian kicks it over to Lee Williamson on the right arc. 9 on the shot clock. Fruit will take a jumper and miss it long. And the rebound goes to Harper Vick. Into the front court. Georgia College down by 7, 2:52 to go here in the first half. Mid-range jumper by Vick, no good. Rebound CSU. Outlet to Val Marilos. Marilos, head of the key, leaves it for Kayla Carter. Kayla gets it back to Val, head of the key, free throw line. Runner is no good. Rebound goes to the Bobcats.
That's not a good shot.
Boston and Williams back to the scorer's table for CSU. Great pass from up top, layup good by Wesley.
That was pretty. Nice cut, and the pass was right on the money. Beautiful bounce pass that she was able to handle and lay it in.
So the CSU lead is down to 5 with 2:03 to play in the first half. Toxie up top. Val Marilos, left wing, fumbled it, got it back, gives it to Kayla Carter. 8 on the shot clock, Lee on the wing. Drives down the left side, puts a shot up, good. Great drive and a shot by Lee Williamson.
Boy, you are right. Great body control that time. And she got that ball back to her right hand to get it up on the rim. Pretty play.
26-19, 1:37 to play in the half. Harper Vick just traveled with the ball, trying to get around Marilos down low. Marilos and Toxiana Wilson out. And Ebo and Chris Boston back in. And Fruit is tying her shoe down there. Reason for the delay. Got it now. With a big smile on her face. Into the front court. She gets it to Kayla, back to Arian up top. Lee Williamson, head of the key, inside of the arc, backs it out, now drives, traveled with it.
Bit of a force that time from Lee. She made the last one, but that drive was really good defense by Georgia College, staying in front of her.
And Ebo just fouled on the inbounds pass.
And honestly, Scott, I don't really mind that foul. Ebo's going to get one of those a game at least. I mean, she plays so hard all the time, and when you press like that, you're just going to have to put up with a few of those.
Sometimes you just get a little off balance, and that's what happens there. All right, so that's the bonus, so that will put Storms at the line. Free throw is no good. She has an appropriate name with the weather forecast here in Columbus tonight and tomorrow. And that one's good.
I don't mind the rain, though. I really don't. As long as the temperature's high enough,
Yeah.
I'm good.
The rain I don't mind. It's the wind and thunderstorms, all that stuff. Dozier, a drive, missed it, got it back on the weak side and scored.
She wanted to add to her rebound total, which she did. Finally got the second one to go in.
28-20. Wysocki back the other way. Boston tried to get a block, but got called for the foul this time.
That's a bit iffy there. I kind of agree with Chris Boston. Just not a whole lot of contact. I talked about her earlier, how she does a good job of avoiding fouling, avoiding contact, and I thought she did a good job there.
Free throw is short by Wysocki. We're on the road at Lander on Saturday. Free throw is no good, missed them both. Lee into the front court, behind the arc on the right side. Kayla Carter, Boston. Ebo drives into the paint, squares up, shoots and scores.
That's a nice play. She squared her shoulders that time when she put that shot up, and when you do that, you give it a really good chance to go in. Nice play, Ebo.
And look at that. Now the lead is 10 with 29 seconds left in the half. Wysocki back. Boston bothered her shot. Air ball. Rebound CSU with 20 seconds into the front court. The shot clock is off. Play instructions from Coach Hauser. 12 seconds. Lee's got it way out on the left wing. 9 seconds. Lee down the right side. Leaves it for Kayla. 5 seconds. Back to Lee. 2 seconds. For 3. Yes! At the buzzer. Lee for 3. And the Lady Cougars will take their biggest lead of the game into the locker room at the half, leading 33-20.
Whatever that play call was, I like it. I like it. And they ultimately got the ball to the right player, and Lee Williamson buried it. She had just 5 points in that first half, but a nice way to close the half for CSU.
All right, at the half here, and when we come back, we'll talk with Coach Robert Moore about his men's game coming up here on Cougar Sports TV.
Over 480,000 college athletes, only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs, no private jets, no fan clubs, no Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing.
Columbus State coach Robert Moore joins us here at courtside at Herbert Green Court. And Robert, we're back home sweet home. We had a tough loss on Saturday at Augusta. We played hard. We were a man short over there, but came up on the short end of it as well.
Well, and I thought our guy, like you said, Scott, played really hard. And I think Augusta has improved over the season. So if you make some mistakes, you can't get them back as easy now because they're playing really good basketball. But, we were down on a man. Zahorn was out with a sprained MCL. He'll be out tonight again. But we got some good news that he'll be back Saturday full speed at Lander. So the guys are kind of excited about this game because they know we let one slip away to Augusta.
Well, and that is good news on Zay because, we were all concerned. He was going to the doctor. We were on the trip on Saturday. He was going to the doctor on Monday. We were just kind of holding our breath, really.
Right, because I watched it on film. Seemed like a pretty bad injury. I watched it 2 or 3 times on film. I'm just happy he gets to finish his senior year because you never want to see a kid just lose his senior year over the injury.
All right, let's talk about the Bobcats here tonight. What challenges do they present?
There's always been a rival, so they're going to be ready to play us. And one of the things they do so well, Scott, is shoot the three-point ball. So we've been doing a good job of guarding guys that shoot the three-point shot, but now you got to think about multiple guys. So our guys got to guard the three-point line. We got to rebound the basketball, and now with Zay being out, we got to have 2 or 3 other guys get in there and get some offensive rebounds so we can get some extra opportunities. So I think that's the biggest key, and keep pressure on these guys so they don't get a free open look.
Well, a real plus in the last 2 games has been the play of Anthony Moore, and we've seen him gradually get better. It had been a while since he played, and it looks like he's coming into his own.
Oh, yeah, and I think sometimes as a coach and sometimes as a fan, you don't have that patience with a player that's been sitting out 3 years. It seems like Anthony has really got aggressive. He's not as passive as he was early in the year. And I think he picked that up too, Scott, because Zay has kind of been out. So now he knows you have to pick up the scoring load. If we can get him to playing well and BG, Brian Gibbons playing well, and Zay all at the same time, I like our chances in the tournament. But right, like you say now, we got to finish the regular season with 8 games left, and we can't lose again at home, and we got to steal a few on the road.
Yeah, I was about to talk about that. Crunch time, 4 at home, 4 on the road.
Right. And, we were looking at the standings and everything. We're still right in the hunt of this thing, but we can't let games like a Georgia College game slip away.
All right, Robert, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Coach Robert Moore. And we will take another short break, come back and take a look at the first half stats and have the second half for you coming up on Cougar Sports TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Scott Miller, Mike Sanda back at Herbert Green Court, where the news is good at the half of the women's game. CSU up 33-20.
Yeah, CSU really kind of took control of the game midway through that second quarter. And for Georgia College in the first half, they were 8 of 30 from the floor, not very good. 3 of 8 from three-point range and just 1 of 5 from the free throw line. They were led in scoring by their leading scorer, Harper Vick. She had 8 points in the first half. Kiana Wesley had 6. Kenyatta Storms with 4. And J.C. Bowen added 2 for Georgia College's 20th in the first half. For CSU, 15 of 37 in the first half, 40.5%, 3 of 9 from three-point range. 2 of those threes coming from Val Maryland. CSU 0 of 2 at the free throw line. CSU was led in scoring by Arian Dozier, who got the start tonight. She had 8 points to go along with 12 rebounds in the first half. Very impressive. 3 of CSU's players, Ebony Williams, Chrislyn Boston, Val Maryland, all had 6 points. Leasia Williamson came off the bench in the first half to have 5 points, and Kayla Carter added 2. So CSU at the half leading 33-20.
All right, thank you, Mike, and we will take a short break. You folks go get a sandwich, do something, and come back in a few minutes, and we'll get started with the second half with CSU up 33-20 here on Cougar Sports TV.
In support of Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus, and why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. While they're focused on success, we're focused on them. Because protecting college athletes doesn't only happen on the field. After the buzzer, it's about healthier student athletes. So we're reforming to meet their needs, investing in groundbreaking research, and changing the conversation around mental health. We're working hard to protect college athletes, because prioritizing their well-being creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
It's more than a whistle or a call. We're committed to giving college athletes a fair shot, on and off the field. Covering the full cost of attendance, because college costs go beyond tuition. Keeping dreams on track, regardless of performance or injury. And creating equal opportunities and inclusive environments. It's It's about respecting college athletes and prioritizing fairness to build a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
All right, we are about ready to get the second half underway here on Cougar Sports TV with CSU leading Georgia College 33-20. And Scott Miller, Mike Sanda back with you here at Herbert Green Court. Lady Cougars closed out the first half, Mike, on a nice little 7-0 run.
Yeah, they picked it up a little bit late in that second quarter and started making a few shots. And you know, I mentioned it early in the broadcast. I mean, CSU, look, they're as far as talent goes, I mean, they're far superior to Georgia College. And I thought Georgia College did a nice job in that first half, really hanging in there. But the way CSU plays, they can go on those 7-0, 8-0 runs in a hurry, and that's exactly what they did to stretch this thing out a little bit.
All right, so Ebo right in front of us here. Ebony Williams will get set to get it in, and she does to Journey Smith. Remember, Kayla Carter's had 3 fouls for a while and still on the bench. Get it down to Boston, off the glass, good.
I mean, that was just easy. Just throw it in there, turn around, lay it in.
9-0 run now for CSU. As they make the first basket of the second half. Up top is Wesley. Kicks it over to Storms. Back to Wesley. Drives inside the paint, off the glass, good, and she's fouled.
3 CSU players converged on Wesley that time, and I believe, did they give the foul? Yeah, they gave it to Val that time. So nice play by Wesley.
She goes to the line to try to complete the three-point play, but she does not. CSU back the other way. Journey Smith, she had to play a lot on Saturday in the second half when Kayla injured her knee. Fortunately, not a bad injury. There's Chris Boston behind the elbow, no, and rebound knocked out of bounds by Georgia College as Arian Dozier was in there scrapping for it.
Well, Fruit had 12 rebounds in the first half. That is incredibly impressive.
She has one speed, and it's wide open. We get the ball into Ebo and misses it, and the rebound goes to Georgia College into the front court. Back the other way. Harper Vick drew the foul and will go to the line to shoot two.
Harper Vick that time did a really good job of going right at Val Marilos. Val is not really that fleet of foot, and Harper Vick making a good decision going right into her and picking up the foul.
So it's 3 fouls on Val. She comes out of the game, and Lee Williamson checks in. Free throw is good. It was a really big third quarter that blew the game open for CSU over in Milledgeville. The second one is good.
Harper Vick reminds me of Aaron Cochran. Remember Aaron Cochran? Reminds me a little bit of her.
Very much so. That's a good call. Yeah, Aaron out of Hiawassee, Georgia, and played here a couple of years. Great three-point shooter, even better free throw shooter. Head of the key, Boston. Journey Smith for 3, short. Backside rebound, Storms, but Fruit stole it. Got it to Ebo on a deflection off the glass, good.
That's just great hustle by Arian Dozier. Just going after that ball, creating an opportunity for her teammate.
They get the ball in, and Arian knocked the ball away and hustled to save it. Back the other way to Ebo. Ebo to the free throw line. They cut the drive off, gets it to Boston as she sits down in the middle of the paint, gets down low, off the glass, good.
Well, Chris Boston's just having her way down there.
And knocked out of bounds, touch last by the Bobcats.
When Chris Boston gets that ball in that 2 to 3 foot area around basket, there's just no resistance at all. And she's doing a nice job of finishing those plays. She has 10 points.
Arian Dozier Fruit, the sophomore out of LaGrange, getting extended playing time tonight and taking advantage of it on both ends of the floor. Lee at the head of the key, kicks it over to Ebo. They stop the drive. Boston, Journey Smith, an open 3, shot it long again, and out of bounds.
And that's the one area of Journey Smith's game she really needs to improve on. She's a good defender, good rebounder, plays hard, but that shot is just not quite where she needs it to be right now.
Journey, another sophomore. She's out of Covington, Georgia, Newton High School.
So she has plenty of time to work on that shot.
Bowen in the backcourt. Head of the key. Harper Vick down the left side of the lane, and Dozier knocked the ball out of bounds, wouldn't let her in.
Good job of just staying vertical that time and keeping the hands straight up in the air, avoiding a foul.
Vick gets it into Attaway. Wesley for 3, short, and they tried to save it but could not do it. That depth perception over here when she shot it, it looked like it was going in, didn't it?
It was dead on. It was, but just a wee bit short there.
7 minutes left in the third quarter. CSU up 39-24. Boston along 2, no good. Rebound goes to the Bobcats.
What did they call there? Was that a travel?
Had to be a travel. That's why I didn't say anything. I didn't see the official make the call, and nobody was going to the table, so had to be a travel.
I was waiting on a foul call.
Yeah. We get the ball in. Chris in the key. Journey head of the key between the circles. Journey kicks it over to Lee. Ebo inside the arc. Ebo is fouled.
Need a little bit better ball movement against this 2-3 zone. Ebo taking some unnecessary dribbles there. Just keep the ball moving.
Ebo baseline gets it into Fruit, off the glass, no, with a defender in front of her. And then Fruit stole the ball as they got the loose ball, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. I'm telling you, as I said before, she's got one speed. She's always wide open, and she's always creating havoc in some way.
Yes, she is, and she's always seems to be around the ball and always seems to be making the right play. And as you mentioned a little earlier, Scott, and then she missed the free throw. Come on, Fruit. You mentioned it earlier. She's doing a little bit of everything. She's rebounding the ball. She's blocking shots. She's getting steals, and just all over the place in this game.
Second free throw is no good, and Attaway grabbed the rebound as she missed both free throws. Into the front court. Attaway to Copeland. Wide open in the corner for three. Wesley no good. Backside rebound. Arian Dozier again. Lee Williamson. Journey Smith. Baseline drive. Shot up no good. And a rebounding foul on the Bobcats.
I like the drive there from Journey Smith. She really took the ball strong that time. I like her doing that as opposed to settling for those perimeter shots.
Foul was on Harper Vick. Ebo getting it into Chris Boston. Free throw line jumper, money.
That's exactly what that was, Scott, just a free throw. And you only have to make that one once to get 2 points.
And back the other way, the Bobcats turn it over, an unforced error, trailing 41-24.
And Chris Boston really having a nice game. 12 points for her. Go along with 5 or 6 rebounds. Our post players are playing extremely well.
Into the front court, Journey Smith, Lee Williamson. Boston head of the key. Journey Smith. Fruit. Boston, they double her. She kicks it out to Lee. Fruit, jumper in the key. No. Rebound, Georgia College. Into the front court, Harper Vick. Head of the key, Copeland, and a reach-in foul on Ebo.
Just the second on Ebo, and a bit of a cheapie there.
Kayla Carter back in with those 3 fouls of hers. Copeland, head of the key. Kicks it to Wesley on the right wing. Copeland up top. 10 on the shot clock, and Fruit got a hand on the ball, knocked it away. Wesley got it back. Takes a jumper just inside the free throw line. No good. Rebound, Kayla Carter into the front court. Kayla kicks it over to Lee Williamson. Gets it to Ebo on the baseline. A drive. Good pass to Boston. Layup good.
Well, 2 things happened right there. Ebo kept her head up. She was looking at the floor, in a beautiful cut that time by Chris Boston. If you cut hard, you're going to get the ball.
43-24 CSU. Harper Vick in the corner for 3. Good.
Well, if you let Harper Vick wind up like that, get her feet set, she's going to make them. She now has 13 points for the Bobcats.
And Georgia College calls a timeout. It'll turn into a full timeout. We'll take it. 4:37 left in the third quarter. CSU up 43-27. Good start for the Lady Cougars in the third quarter, a little more than halfway through, up 43-27.
Yeah, they have stretched the lead out a little here in the third quarter, picking up 3 on that 13-point halftime lead. One thing about this game I have noticed, Scott, is Lee Williamson really has not looked for her shot a lot tonight, and you wonder if Coach Hauser is really trying to get them to play more through the post. And you know, he feels like probably Lee can get her shot anytime she wants it. And tonight they've really pounded that ball inside, and it's been very effective.
All right, CSU with the ball. Next dead ball, we should get another full timeout. The media into the front court. Lee for 3, and she's fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot when we come back from the media timeout. 4:29 left in the third quarter. CSU up 43-27 on Cougar Sports TV. All right, so basically back-to-back full timeouts with the first call timeout of the second half, segueing into the media, and Lee Williamson will be shooting 3 here.
I thought the foul call was quite generous. It looked like a pretty good block, but the ref standing right in front of the play.
I've always said, and people who have listened to me through the years will know about this, there's a difference in what is a great call, a bad call, and a correct call. Does that make sense?
You might need to explain a little further for me.
It's easy. It's very. You're making it too hard. The second free throw was good. I thought the call was a great call. Was it the correct call? I don't know, but it's sending our player to the line to shoot 3, so it's a great call.
Gotcha. I need to write that one down. And even better, she converted all 3, so it was a great call.
There you go. Down in the corner, a baseline drive. Back out. It's not the first time I've confused somebody, I'll tell you that much. You got to get in line, buddy. Harper Vick for 3 on the right wing, no good. Backside rebound, CSU. Here comes Ebo. Look at that bounce pass to Fruit, but she couldn't get the shot off and threw it to somebody in a white jersey. That somebody is Harper Vick. She drives back and misses the layup. Storms gets the rebound to Bowen. Good, and a foul. The basket counts.
Well, that ended well for Georgia College. Harper Vick not able to convert on the fast break, but J.C. Bowen running the floor, and she was rewarded. And this being the first year for Georgia College's coach, I would certainly expect that he is going to really overhaul this roster, you would think, and really try to upgrade their talent level.
Free throw by Bowen was good. Kayla Carter drives the baseline. Reverse layup, no. Rebound, Wesley. Into the front court.
And Scott, that was neither the correct shot or a good shot there.
There's a long 3 by Storms. That's good. It's 46-33. 13-point CSU lead. That's the way it was at the half. Kayla driving, crossed the lane, and drew the foul, and will shoot 2. The CSU baseball team got off to a great start this past weekend down at the tournament hosted by the New York Yankees at Steinbrenner Field, their spring training complex. Won 3 games, including 3-0 on the weekend, including beating the 5th-ranked team in the country, Catawba.
Well, I get my CSU baseball news from your Twitter feed, so I always know what's going on. And I think Coach Appleton is absolutely awesome. And it's nice to see them get off to a fast start. And, those are the kinds of wins that help you down the road. They played some good competition down there. So congrats to Coach Appleton and his guys.
Made that one. Speaking of good competition, Florida Southern comes in here this weekend. The ball is knocked out of bounds. 3-game series, Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon at Ragsdale Field. And we couple of powerhouses in Division II. We played those guys in the World Series a couple of years ago.
And beat those guys.
There is a drive back the other way by Fruit, no good. And the rebound loose on the floor, knocked out of bounds by CSU. Yeah, we beat them to advance to the national championship game. Here comes Kimmy Edgeworth into the game.
Now, has she hit a 3 yet this year? Is she still searching?
Still searching. And we steal the ball, get it into Kayla, drew the foul, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. You might have heard a big roar when Kimmy Edgeworth came into the game. She was a 2-sport player, and was a great soccer player, and the soccer team sitting up behind the goal, our goal here in this half, and they all let out a big roar for her.
This would be a good game for her to get that first 3. I'll have to check and see here how many she has attempted this year. 0 of 11.
The free throw is good. 49-33. I think you're right. I got a good feeling that tonight's going to be the night.
I mean, her fan club's here.
Yep.
The pep band is here. Be a good night for her to drain one.
Into the front court. Down to the corner for 3. No. Backside rebound. Kimmy Edgeworth into the front court and falls to the floor. And no call, but a turnover.
Well, the body got going a little ahead of her feet that time, and she took a tumble and a turnover on Kimmy Edgeworth. That's the loudest roar of the night by a mile.
It really is. And that pumps her up even more and probably made her speed up a little bit there. We knock the ball away again and steal it, but give it right back to her. So, and now turn it over to Kimmy Edgeworth. Gets it to Arian Dozier. Good.
Well, a basket for Arian Dozier and an assist for crowd favorite Kimmy Edgeworth.
Ball is knocked away and out of bounds. Touched last by the Bobcats. Those soccer players up in the upper deck might all jump down onto the floor if she hits a 3.
Yeah, they will explode if she hits a 3.
Or if she scores any basket.
That is true.
Lee, right wing, and offensive foul. Moving screen on Fruit.
They were trying that time to get Kimmy Edgeworth off a screen, and Fruit with a moving screen.
2:10 to play in the third quarter. CSU up 51-33. Harper Vick, good pass to Attaway, layup good.
Very good pass by Harper Vick, and Attaway running the floor.
Kayla Carter drives to the hoop. Her shot is blocked out of bounds, belongs to CSU. And we need somebody out of bounds to get it in, and that's somebody's going to be Kimmy. Edgeworth looking to Lee, gets it in on the wing. Leasia over to Kayla Carter, a drive and a runner outside of the lane is no good. Out of bounds, belongs to the Bobcats. Into the front court. Copeland is fouled on the drive.
Look like Kimmy Edgeworth there with a little hand check.
And both sides in the bonus. Kristen Copeland to the line, and the first one is no good. Copeland will go back to the line. And missed that one. Fruit grabs a rebound to Kayla Carter. Into the front court. Kayla drives to the baseline, kicks it into the corner. Lee puts it on the floor. Runner off the glass, good.
That's really pretty there from Lee Williamson. Not forcing the three, taking a couple dribbles and using the backboard. That was a nice shot by Lee Williamson.
And she commits the foul, her second foul.
Yeah, Lee Williamson now up to 10 points, and she's only taken 6 or 7 shots tonight, which normally you see she is a volume shooter. She'll take 19, 20 shots a game, but tonight not so many and still being pretty productive.
Free throw is good. Copeland successful with that one this time. And that one is no good. Rebound, Fruits. Outlet to Lee Williamson. Kayla Carter. 1:14 left in the third quarter. 53-36 CSU. Dozier at the left elbow. Boston mid-post. And I didn't see, was that a travel or a 3 seconds?
It was a travel and probably could have been a 3 seconds. Take your pick. They just went to some post-to-post action that time, and Chris Boston taking an extra step.
Kimmy Edgeworth knocked the ball out of bounds.
You know, Scott, you can tell she plays soccer. She's on the floor a lot.
That's right.
She could probably run all day, too.
She can. Baseline, they get it in. Into the front courts, and she's very fast at that. Missed that one. Missed the putback. Chris Boston with another rebound. Kayla Carter, front court. Kayla. Boston behind the left elbow. Short air ball out of bounds.
Now, Chris Boston shot quite a few of those tonight. Boy, that was not even close on that one.
Into the front court. Well, not quite. Now they do. Storms. Harper Vick, head of the key for three. Not this time. And the rebound knocked to Attaway. She shoots it off the glass and scores.
That was a rebound there. I thought Chris Boston should have grabbed. She looks like she may be a little winded coming up on the end of the quarter.
15 seconds. The shot clock is off. CSU up 53-38. Kayla Carter, head of the key. Kayla. 5 seconds. Kayla forces one up, hits the side of the backboard. Ball on the floor. Fruit desperately tries to throw it up, but doesn't hit anything, and that's the way the third quarter ends, with CSU on top 53-38 here on Cougar Sports TV.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% will go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
3 quarters in the book here at Herbert Green Court. The Lumpkin Center, CSU up 53-38.
Well, and for those of you that are keeping score at home, Arian Dozier now has 16 rebounds. I don't know what the record is, Scott. I'm sure it's in the high 20s, something like that. But Arian Dozier, she's had a heck of a night getting the start tonight. 10 points, 16 rebounds.
All right, so Georgia College will get the ball first here in the fourth quarter on this stormy night in Columbus, Georgia. Wesley behind the arc. Free throw line. Back to Wesley. Takes a long two, misses. Rebound deflected out long to Bowen. Up top to Wysocki. Wesley for three. Good. Bounced all around and dropped in.
You mentioned it earlier, our angle. She's shooting right in front of us, and that shot looked awfully good. And she had the right perception on that one, and it went in.
Had the kind bounce because it was a soft touch. Up top, Kayla Carter. Toxiana Wilson, Kimmy Edgeworth. Kimmy, oh, she was about to take a three, and there was a foul away from the ball, a moving screen.
Toxie trying to get Kimmy Edgeworth open for that three. She did a pretty good job of it. It was a nice block.
It was, wasn't it? There was a big hole there that she could have run through.
Yeah, I was waiting for the yellow flag to come out there because that happened right in front of the official. Good call.
All right. Into the front court. Storms flying, but Chris Boston will have none of that. Not tonight, as she blocked it out of bounds. You see that look on Chris's face after she blocked that?
Well, at least she didn't direct that towards any of the Georgia College players. She was just kind of looking around as if, I'm the baddest player on this court. And as another example, Scott, she did not make any contact, and it was just a beautiful block.
I love her game face. It is all business.
Well, you mentioned she's so nice off the court, but on the court, as you said, all business.
And nice shot there. Good ball movement. Bowen with the basket, and Georgia College is within 10 now. 8:47 to play. Boston, high post, hands it to Lee, drives to the baseline, and a blocking foul on Harper Vick.
The coach for Georgia College does not like that call, but it was the right call. It was one of those calls where she was in the restricted arc down there, which I don't really like. The more I watch college basketball, I think they ought to just get rid of that thing. It's just kind of a crutch for the officials, in my opinion.
To get the ball in the lead behind the arc on the left side. Storms is guarding her. Up top, Boston threw it into the bench because her teammate cut to the basket as soon as she was releasing the pass.
As Journey Smith getting the glare there from Chris Boston. So 10-point game. CSU needs to buckle up.
Harper Vick driving. Shot is long. Rebound goes to Ebo on the weak side. Ebo kicks it to Journey Smith. Dribbles up top. 8:07 to go. The lead of CSU is down to 10. Journey Smith all the way. Her shot is blocked and saved by Storms. Back in to Attaway, to Bowen, and back to Storms. Harper Vick drives into the paint to Bowen. Boston blocked another shot into the hands of Lee Williamson. Long pass to Journey Smith. Ooh. Ball knocked out of bounds and belongs to, what were they going to call a foul? What do we got here?
I'm not exactly sure. I would think there was a foul call, but
no, just out of bounds on Georgia College. The official was holding his hand up and walking toward the scorer's table, but get it into Fruit. She fumbled it. Got it back. Journey Smith. Ebo left wing. Toxie in the paint off the glass. No. Rebound Attaway. Georgia College into the front court. Harper Vick, a long three is way short. Air ball. Journey Smith. Arian Dozier. Lee Williamson for three. No, shot it long. Journey Smith backside rebound off the glass. Good.
Well, that was a great pass from Arian Dozier to Lee Williamson.
Wysocki off the glass. Good in a hurry the other way. And a timeout called by CSU. It'll turn into the media timeout with 6:56 to play in the fourth quarter. CSU up by 10. anybody's game. You'd rather be the 55 than the 45, which we are with 6:56 to play, but still wide open.
And in that third quarter, CSU, I believe their biggest lead was 16, if I'm not mistaken. CSU, actually their biggest lead was 19. I thought they had just total control of this game, and to give Georgia College a lot of credit. They really hung around, made some shots, and as you said, Scott, cut it down to 10. Game's gotten a little bit sloppy. CSU needs a good offensive possession.
Lady Cougars with the ball. Journey Smith in the backcourt. Need a bucket here. Journey to Fruit between the circles. Ebo, left wing. Ebo to Lee up top. Lee, great pass to Toxie off the glass, but she missed it. But there's Journey with a rebound, and she's fouled on the way back up and will shoot two.
That was a great pass to Toxie, and I'm sure if you ask Toxie, she knows she needs to finish that play, but Journey Smith, a very good rebounding guard right there to grab that, and she'll have a chance at a couple of free ones here.
And misses the first one.
Yeah, Journey kind of flips the ball up there. You just, I don't know, needs a little work on that shot.
We're 6 of 12 at the line. Now 6 of 13 as she missed that one. And a 10-second count on, I see. They held up his hand. One of the Georgia College players is hurt in the back court. That is Attaway.
Well, I looked up at the shot clock and saw 24, and I'm thinking, all right, well, this can't be 10 seconds. You just wonder. I have no idea what happened. Did not see it.
Same here.
She is obviously in some pain, so I hope she's okay.
The official saw it, and he held up both hands, and she is slowly walking back to the bench under her own power, so that's good to see.
Yeah, you can tell she is definitely hurting.
All right, into the front court. Copeland. Wysocki for three, good.
Well, Wysocki there, no hesitation, and a good-looking three-point shot, and we are down. The lead is down to 7.
6:09 to play. Ebo drives to the baseline and traveled with the ball.
Ebo doing a little too much dribbling that time, and then she did a little bit too much walking that time.
Ebo out, Valmerlos in, Toxie out. And Georgia College with the ball. Get it into Harper Vick. Wesley into the front court. Bobcats are down by 7 with 5:56 to play. Copeland, right wing. Wysocki behind the arc on the right side. Gives it to Copeland in the paint. Kicks it out to Wesley for three. Good. Uh-oh. 55-51 CSU.
That was good work against that CSU zone, finding the open player Wesley, and she knocked it in. Unbelievable. It's a 4-point game.
5:26. Fruit down the right side. No, but a big rebound for Boston. She missed the putback, though. Fruit gets it. She missed the putback. And Fruit and a Georgia College player go to the floor with the ball. Let's see what the call is going to be here. Going to be a foul on Georgia College.
Wow. To me, that looked like two players going after the ball, fighting for it. I did not see a foul there. That's a bad call, or as you would say, a great call, because it helps CSU. But I don't know. If I'm the Georgia College bench, I would be in an uproar over that one. And I just heard the Georgia College say that is awful.
CSU calls a timeout. Let's see if it's a full or a 30. And 30-second timeout, so we'll hold it right here. Fans, we're on the road on Saturday when we travel to Greenwood, South Carolina to take on Lander. And as we're doing now, the road games will also be right here on Cougar Sports TV, audio only. And we'll have the doubleheader from Greenwood, 1:30 on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Greenwood is not a very fun trip. They do have a nice arena at least.
They do. You can't get there from here. You have to go someplace else to start. They're not one of those universities that's right off the interstate, so you got to travel the back roads a little bit. It's, the town has grown a good bit over the years since we've been playing them. There's Dozier off the glass. Good. Good play coming out of the timeout.
Good call, Scott. When you come out of the timeout, you run something good like that. That was beautiful.
And Val Merlos just stole the ball. CSU up 57-51. 4:53 to play. Boston. Fruit. Merlos behind the arc on the left side. Wysocki won't let her get a shot off. Boston, mid-post, posting up Bowen, puts it up good.
Well, Chris Boston has really done good work down there in the low post, and that's a bit of a mismatch with her and Bowen.
And right in front of us, they get it to Wysocki, drives from the wing, and she was fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So 4 quick points for CSU and a really good timeout by Coach Hauser. And coming out of that timeout, you said it, Scott, they ran a nice play to get that ball down low. And they've stretched the lead back out to 8.
Foul was on Kayla Carter, her 4th. Wysocki's free throw is good, 59-52. And hit them both. Leads down to 6 with the ball. Kayla into the front court. Still 4:16 to go. Somebody has poured molasses into the clock. It is running very slowly, it would seem. Arian Dozier, turnover. And then committed the foul, trying to get the ball back.
Well, it's one thing to turn the ball over, but Fruit just compounded that error and picked up her 4th foul.
Copeland in the backcourt. Bobcats down by 6 with the ball. 4 minutes to play. Wesley to cut the lead in half, but she missed the 3, and then the ball knocked out of bounds by Dozier.
Really good look for Wesley, and Scott, I thought that one was going in. Wesley, a pretty decent three-point shooter, had a really good look at the top of the key.
20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:54 left in the game. Georgia College down by 6 with the ball. Wesley, backdoor cut. Harper Vick can't shoot in the paint. Kicks it out. Copeland for 3. Wide left, long, out of bounds.
That was never had a chance. That one was way off.
So CSU with the ball, leading by 6. Need a basket here, ladies. 3.5 minutes to play. Kayla Carter, head of the key. Runner in the paint, good. What a shot by Kayla.
She's so good at that shot with the left and the right hand. That time she chose the right hand. And pretty play to get the lead back out to 8.
Boy, big basket from Kayla Carter. Wesley dribbled it off her foot, maintains possession though. Bowen back to Copeland, 3:06 to go. Long 3, Wesley, no good. Backside rebound, Val Merlos into the front court. They double her over there. CSU coach Matt Hauser wisely gets a timeout. He was standing right next to the players and the official. 30-second, we'll hold it here.
Right there, Val Merlos, not the best of ball handlers, drove it to the area you do not want to go to. That corner over there, right across the midcourt line, is a danger area, and Coach Hauser right on top of things, calling a timeout. And really, Scott, this is just a very weird second half. CSU had the 19-point lead, and couple blinks there. Georgia College had it down to 10, and I believe what cut it to 6 was
maybe 4.
Maybe
wasn't
4.
Because we hit a.
I think you're right. Yeah, it was a 4-point game. Good call. And they had 2 looks at threes to get it to 3 and couldn't get it to go. And one thing's for sure, I know Coach Hauser going to be very pleased with his post players, I would think, in this game. They've done a really good job.
They played a lot of minutes and produced. Kayla Carter running some clock, 13 on the shot clock, 2:43 on the game clock with an 8-point lead. Kayla drives down the left side of the lane, off the glass, missed that one. Rebound tapped into the hands of Harper Vick. She gets it into the front court. Journey Smith is all over her and eventually commits the foul. That's the 4th team foul, so not the bonus yet. Will be the next time. 2:29 to go. Bobcats with the ball, down by 8. Wesley to the baseline, shot it long, backside rebound, Arian Dozier. Kayla Carter into the front court. They'd like to run some clock. Clock is the friend now, 2:10, 8-point lead in the ball. 15 on the shot clock. Kayla dribbling near the midcourt line with Storms on her. Kayla drives to the baseline, into Dozier in the paint. She fumbled it away, turnover. Into the front court, 2-on-2. Harper Vick, layup attempt, missed it. Wysocki got a rebound, put it up short, and Boston got a rebound, and Chris covers it up with 1:42 to play.
I thought Harper Vick had Wysocki open there, chose not to give it to her.
Ball is knocked out of Kayla Carter's hand, turnover, 2-on-1. Wysocki, layup, good.
Well,
and timeout. Oh, a technical call?
I think it's a timeout.
Timeout called.
Well, that time Wesley, they got out on the break, and she had Wysocki coming down the left side of the floor. She made the proper play, getting the ball to Wysocki. Wysocki finished the play, and the lead is down to 6. CSU needs to take care of the basketball right here. Coach Hauser drawing something up over there. The last 2 possessions have not been good. A little too much dribbling. And I would have to think that they're going to try to dump this ball down into the low post. Get some more points at the rim. And Chris Boston with 16 points and Arian Dozier with 12. And you said it earlier, Scott, they have really produced here this evening.
Dozier has 19 rebounds. Chris has 8. All right, Kayla Carter into the front court. The lead is only 6, 1:18 to play. Need a good possession. Kayla running clock, and Harper Vick fouls her. That's just the 4th foul on the Bobcats.
CSU will pick up 8 seconds. There was 12 on the clock, and they'll reset that to 20.
Val will try to get it in over in front of our bench, and a foul as the ball is being inbounded on the Bobcats.
It looked like Kayla Carter really initiated the contact there, really ran into Kenyatta Storms. Whatever she did a good job of it. The refs bought it, and she'll get a couple of free throws.
Wesley checks in and Storms out. Well, we say this a lot. They don't hand out style points. You just have to find a way to get a win. Free throw, good. Bounced around, set up on that back rim and dropped in.
Nice rotation on that shot, and I'm in total agreement, Scott. Just make par, no matter how you make par.
And the second one is perfect. So the lead is 8 for CSU with just 1:09 to play. Bobcats with the ball. Harper Vick Wysocki in the corner for three. Hit the glass. No good. Rebound, Kayla Carter. And she's fouled by Vic. And Kayla will go the other way to shoot a couple of free throws again.
That should just about do it, and CSU should get out of here with this win. I'll be interested to hear what Coach Hauser has to say after the game. CSU has played a little differently in this game, played through the post. I'll be interested to see if he's happy with this performance. Obviously, he's not going to be happy with almost giving up a 19-point lead, but I'll just be curious to hear what he has to say.
Harper Vick fouled out of the game is the reason for the little delay here, and the scream that you hear collectively from the soccer team as Kimmy Edgeworth checks back into the game with 53.9 seconds to go. And Kimmy's got a big smile as she and Val talk about it as Kayla goes to the line.
And Kimmy needs to understand here that now that the game is pretty much in hand, she needs to get a couple shots up here.
She needs to pull the trigger, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Not only is she looking for her first three-pointer, she's looking for her first field goal period of the year. 0 for 11 behind the arc, 0 for 12 overall. And this free throw, Bobcats back the other way. Missed it. Rebound goes to Arian Dozier. Outlet to Kimmy Edgeworth. In the backcourt, gives it up to Toxie. Kimmy comes jumping onto the press row table here. Ball knocked out of bounds and a foul.
They're cheering everything for her. And that was a nice pass right there. It was a good basketball play, getting it to her teammate. But every time she touches the ball, her fan club up there is going crazy.
So Toxie's going to go to the line to shoot a couple with 38 seconds left.
Yeah, Coach Hauser having a conversation with Kimmy Edgeworth, probably saying, listen, if you're open, shoot. shoot the ball.
Toxie's free throw is no good. We haven't shot free throws well tonight.
It's been very ugly. It's, what, 6 of 14 now?
It's 9 of 18.
And I was way off. Sorry about that, Scott.
No,
I get one of those a game.
Free throw is no good, but we've got a lane violation.
I will say this, CSU's going to have to play a lot better than this on Saturday. Lander undefeated in the league at 12-0. It's going to take a much better effort to beat the Lady Bearcats.
It'll be a big challenge. Timeout, Georgia College. So 10-point lead with 38 seconds to play here. Yeah, that'll be a very interesting game. It'll be a big challenge for the women and the men, and important games for both.
Well, looking at the women here, this win will get them to 10-3 in the league. It'll be 15-4 overall, and they're right there for that NCAA bid. The question is, are they going to take 3 Peach Belt teams? Those regional rankings, come in a couple of weeks, and we'll certainly know a lot more when they come out as to where these ladies stand in the region. It would be really great for Coach Hauser in year number 1 to make the NCAA tournament, that's for sure.
All right, Bobcats with it, and a foul on Arian Dozier as the ball is being inbounded. And that will send them to the line to shoot.
Well, maybe Fruit just wanted to go sit down because she fouled with the clock stopped there.
Well, what a game she had, Mike. She ends up, I'm looking at the live stats here, 20 rebounds tonight. 20 rebounds for Fruit tonight and 12 points. Goodness.
That's awesome. I mean, that is just a great performance. And with Dawkins out tonight, Fruit knew her number was going to be called, and boy, did she step up and play really well. I mean, 20 rebounds, that's hard to do.
That it really is, isn't it? She certainly, when that call came, she answered it. And 65-57, 37 seconds. Toxie having some trouble getting it in, does to Ebo, and she's fouled right away. Well, unless Kimmy gets an inbounds pass with Georgia College fouling each time, as she might have to try to score at the free throw line.
Well, you wonder if they miss here, if they will maybe not foul and we can find Kimmy open for a three-point look.
Ebo's free throw is no good. 10 of 20 at the line tonight. So that's something we got to certainly do better on Saturday.
Well, there will certainly be some free throw shot on Thursday and Friday.
That free throw is good. 66-57. 34 seconds. Storms into the front court at the head of the key. Wysocki ball knocked away by Kayla Carter. Kayla into the front court will pull it out to run some clock. 20 seconds. Shot clock is off, and she'll just hold it over on the far side, and Georgia College will let her do that, and that's the best play in basketball, the dribble outs, and the Lady Cougars are going to win this one 66-57.
Well, that's the right thing to do right there. As much as we wanted to see Kimmy Edgeworth get a shot up, that's the sporting thing to do, is to dribble it out. And the most important thing tonight is that just getting the win. CSU, the better team, clearly kind of messed around a little bit, allowed Georgia College to creep back in, but a good win for Coach Hauser's bunch. And as I said, they go to 15-4 and 10-3 in the Peach Belt.
And we'll talk with Coach Hauser coming up on the post-game show in just a moment. So stay tuned for that. This is Cougar Sports TV. Scott Miller back at Herbert Green Court here on Cougar Sports TV, and the Lady Cougars win it 66-57. Coach Matt Hauser joins us on the post-game show. Matt, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well, had a big lead, 19. It got down to 4, but you don't get style points. You just have to find a way to get a win, and we were a little shorthanded tonight, and we found a way to get a win.
Yeah, I think with having 9 players and playing with the pressure that we have to go up 20, The legs just kind of got fatigued at the very end there. But again, the girls persevered and pushed through. So we got a good lead. That was the goal of this game, and to make sure that we just finished out, which whatever it takes, 1 point or 20 points, just get the win and move on.
Arian Dozier getting a start tonight. She didn't do much. She only had 20 rebounds and 12 points for fruit.
Yeah. So what's crazy about her is that she does that all the time in practice. She's just that active rebounder, getting around, making sure she gets an extra hand on the ball. Very, very aggressive, and she's only a sophomore. You got to remember, these girls, Journey, Fruit, all these girls are just sophomores, so you're just seeing what the greatness is going to be when they become seniors.
Post play was excellent tonight. 16 points and 8 rebounds from Chris Boston.
Yes, she was awesome, and with Aj being out, we just wanted to get her more touches, and she did an amazing job. 8 rebounds, 16 points, 4 block shots. She really controlled the paint for us, especially while we were pressing. She's just that leader that we have on the court, and at times when we had that lull in scoring, just went to Chris and she got it back up. So hats off to her.
Pepsi player of the game?
Oh, it's Fruit, by far. If you're getting 20 rebounds, I don't care who you are. You're in Dennis Rodman territory right there. So player of the game, and energy and effort would go to Chris.
You know, that 20 rebounds, that's video game numbers right there.
Yes.
All right, so now we go to Lander on Saturday, and that's a big one here.
It is a big one. It's hopefully we'll have our whole team healthy to go into that game. They're excited about playing that game. They know that there was a couple things we did wrong on our part here at the house, but now we go to their house on the road. But again, that's not, anything new to us. We've been winning on the road as well. We just have to come and play a great team, but they also have to play a great team as well.
All right, congratulations. Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you so much.
Coach Matt Hauser, and that's going to wrap up the broadcast here tonight. We thank you for watching on Cougar Sports TV. And don't forget, stay tuned for the men's game coming up right here on Cougar Sports TV in about 20 minutes. Once again, your final score, Columbus State 66, Georgia College 57. From Hurt Green Court at the Lumpkin Center, this is Scott Miller saying so long, everyone.